Hi, Trevor here, reflecting on life through music. Thank you for stopping by. Well, coming again today, you're very welcome. How great to see everybody here. And I trust you enjoyed my last video on looking at the movie The Wizard of Oz, considered one of the best movies of all time. Always features in the top movie lists that critics tend to put out from time to time. Followed the story of Dorothy, the Lion, of course, looking for courage, the Tin Man looking for a heart, and the Scarecrow looking for a brain, and actually how they found all of those things as the movie went through. So I trust you enjoyed my tribute to that movie. We're going from there to 1941 in New Orleans. Now this guy is an R&B artist, soul artist, 4 platinum albums. In fact, 3 of those albums have got to #1. It all started for this guy in 1966. So this guy's been around for a long time. The guy we're talking about is Aaron Neville. Now, the first song he released, and that was Tell It Like It Is. And basically say, hey, girl, hold nothing back. I want to know what you're thinking. I want to know what you're feeling. I just want to know. I don't want you to hold back anything, because how else am I going to know about you? So we've got a live version of him singing that particular song. This song was a pretty big song, actually. It got to #1 in the R&B charts and #2 in the Hottest 100. So even right back in 1966, Aaron was actually getting a lot of success. And it stayed on the charts for 5 weeks. He wouldn't release his next album until 1986, some 20 years later. So you'd be thinking, what? But, you know, it was because the Neville brothers, who, of course, Aaron was part of with his brothers and a few others, had a pretty successful R&B soul career. In fact, between 1978 and 2004, they released 9 albums. So these guys were considered, you know, pretty good. Harmonies, funk, the whole thing. We've got a live version in 1987 of Drift Away. Now, Aaron's got a very tender but powerful, there's lots of little nuances in his voice. In 1986, he released Orchid in the Storm, but it came to more prominence, and I certainly do remember this song in 1989, Cry Like a Rainstorm, How Like the Wind. He collaborated with Linda Ronstadt. And now came the song Don't Know Much. This got to #1, and also All My Life also got to #1. Both of those songs have got live versions below. Now, the Don't Know Much song, just the clip is beautiful. Linda and Aaron are both singing here. And this particular song for me typifies Aaron Neville's voice. Just so tender. He's got lots of little runs and little nuances that he does in his voice. You just hang on every word this guy sings. He's absolutely stunning voice. He's got a very incredible range, this guy, and he's got just a very natural stage presence to him as well. Don't Know Much is all about, growing older. The song reflects back on life that's gone by, the dreams we had, the hopes we had, the bodies we used to have, the looks we had, all of the stuff that we had when we were younger, and sort of how life has dealt with us a little bit. You know, it's only a matter of time. Life will deal us some blows at some point, and I think the best thing we can do is to realise that's going to happen and to be ready for it. Not that we live every life waiting for blows to happen, but just know that life does change and life does move and life doesn't just stay the same. And I think this song really beautifully typifies the fact that through the changes of life, the changing body, who we were as young people, who we are now, I still love you. And you know, I think there's something beautiful about the fact that love, if we let love do what love needs to do, it grows and it deepens. And I think there's a bit of a commonality in this theme of late about love, and that is that love does carry us, it envelops us, it brings to our awareness realizations of the other person that we didn't think, and you think, wow, I just really love this person. In fact, love goes beyond words. It's just a deep longing, a deep need, a deep feeling, a deep wanting of just knowing that you not only love that person, but that person loves you as well. I mean, the concept of in love, I think too, is that both people are there. You know, I don't think one person can be in love and the other person not. That's not in love. What's in love is in kindness, is in patience, it's in never keeping a record of wrongs. That's what being in love is. And I think that, you know, to actually find that in love is a pretty amazing thing. It really is a beautiful thing to be in love with somebody. You know, you're both there, you're both being enveloped and held by love. And there's something quite beautiful about the song Don't Know Much, and there's I don't know much. The more we live life, the more we realise there's so much more to learn. In fact, we need to unlearn some things to learn some new things. The brain can only take in so much at times. My habits that I had that I need to let go, get off. The things that I thought were important are perhaps not so important now. The things that I used to say, I don't need to say them anymore, because you know what, the relationship is bigger than two people. I don't know much, but I know that I love you. But I think there's something a little bit more beautiful about this song there, and that is, but there's still so much to know about love. You know, love has shaped me, it's molded me, it's created me into what I am today, which I wouldn't have been able to do on my own. So I think this is an absolutely stunningly beautiful song, sung so well by Aaron Neville. This really shows off his voice really well. And what can we say about Linda Ronstadt? She's absolutely stunning. Of course, Linda got a bit of a go recently as well with James Ingram and Somewhere Out There. So, you know, she's very well regarded by the industry. Of course, we'll get to Linda when we get to Elle. We're still in the jar. Well, we're moving into artists I'm remembering. So 2 Grammy Awards in 1989. In 1991, we had the album Warm Your Heart, and we got Everyone Plays the Fool. This song also got to #1, and so there's 3 #1 hits in a row for Aaron Neville. So he was actually on the crest of a wave, absolutely good to see. This song just a little bit more lighter and has just a bit of a groovy, smoothie feel to it. So we've got a official clip of that one. 1993, out came the album, The Grand Tour. This also, and then we got Don't Take Away My Heaven. This song also got to #1 as well. We've got a live version of that one below. This guy was no stranger to #1 hits. And so we've got Don't Take Away My Heaven. It's all about, hey girl, I love you. I really love you. And don't take that away. Because, you know, I just really love you. And I think, but there's a little bit more to it than that. And I think that there's a knowingness here, perhaps the Don't Know Much experience as well. There's certainly being in heaven when you do find a beautiful love, and don't take away my heaven. It's just what can happen if you don't, I suppose, pay. Just always remember it's a relationship. And I think this is the important thing we've got to remember. We never take them for granted, do we? So we've got a live version of that one. Between 1966 and 2016, he's had 20 studio albums in his own right, 22 singles and 7 compilation albums. From the 8 Grammy nominations, he's won 4. So that's pretty amazing record right there. It just shows how well Aaron Neville has been regarded for a long time indeed. And remember, during the Neville Brothers, 9 studio albums there. So he's been involved in 29 albums, which is quite a massive amount of output for an artist. And so the clips of those 6, well, the links to those 6 clips are in the description below. And I've also included my last video from The Wizard of Oz. So if you want to recap on that movie, feel free. Well, if this is your first time, the Life Reflection to Music, or you've come back for another one, how great to see everybody here. Well, that's it for today. Next time we're going to get on to the art of noise. So until then, I'll catch you around. Bye for now.